Hi, I'm Stan from Over the Hill Adventures. Well, welcome back. I've got a hack for you, and I've got a way to level your rig. So I know it's been done a lot, but I got a few little frugal ways that I do it. Hope you like my ideas. Let's level the rig. And I know a lot of people do this, but I do it my way. So you arrive on your campground, and we're in my RV garage right now. The first thing you want to do is level your rig side to side. Now, what I have come to use are the Anderson leveling blocks. And I put them on display here, and they work great for leveling. What we do is we make sure that we're level side to side first. That's the first thing we do, is to make sure we're leveled side to side. But there is a fault with these. Picture trying to use these Anderson leveling blocks when the ground is soft or the ground had just rained. If you don't know where you're going, or if you're boondocking, you might be going where there may be some mud. So these leveling blocks don't work. This is why you should always carry some lumber. Trusty 2x6. Ride up on them. And that's why I don't always depend on everything. But you can either ride up on them, then use the Anderson leveling blocks. They will go up on there. Or you don't use them at all and just use the two, and you just drive up on them. Always bring extra lumber. Okay, so once we have leveled side to side, the next thing we need to level is front to back. We use our electric hitch that brings it up and down. And then Rhonda will tell me from the inside of the rig of when it's level. Now this is really important. When we finally get it level, we think it's okay to put the slide out. Well, guess what? When you're all level and you put that slide out without putting your stabilizing jacks down, you're gonna have to re-level your rig, okay? So what I do is I put the stabilizing jacks down on the slide side. If you have two slides, put them all down. Then make sure that they're all secure and tight, then put your slide out. Well then, at that point, it's not gonna go anywhere. Slides are heavy, slides weigh a lot, and may affect your leveling. One of the things I forgot to mention is these scissor blocks. They're called x-chocks. And I think these are just great, and they go in between the tires right here. And I don't do it on the side that I have the Anderson blocks because I'm already blocked in. I do it on the other side. However, if I can fit it in there, I will fit it in there. And then I make sure I chock everything up before I disconnect from the truck. Make sure chock before you disconnect. So before you do your last level, your front to back, you need to make sure you chock. All right, so how many of you like saving money? I do. Well, when I was looking for things for my stabilizing jacks to, like a platform, you had the plastic blocks or you had the level blocks, and it just got frustrating to me because I couldn't understand why I was paying $100 for 4 stabilizing blocks made out of plastic, or you have the other one, the leveling blocks. Why am I paying $45, anywhere from $24 to $100 for these things? Well, this is what I came up with. I got myself a 4x6 at Home Depot, a 4x6 by 8 feet. And the cool part about it is Home Depot cut it for me in 1-foot sections, okay? What I did then is I put a little handle on it like this, so they'll go right underneath my stabilizing jack, And if I want to put another one on it, and it'll just make it higher. And it makes it extremely stable. Now remember, this is pressure treated, so I'm hoping it'll last, because I gotta admit, I was really cheap the first time and did a 2x6, and just about every one of my 2x6s cracked in half. So that wasn't a good idea. So, but I am sharing this one with you. I'm gonna finish making these right now, and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm at the stabilizing jack. I have finished my handles on my block, which was really easy to do. And then I did not put handles on the upper blocks because, truthfully, why would you want to have both of them? Everything that the screws and the washers was about $5, and the strap I found in my garage. So real cheap pack. Anyway, I don't put it on the top board or the top block. I just put it on the bottom, and then when I want to remove them, I just pull them out, and there you go. Now, there's something I really want to talk to you guys about. You know the old saying, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey? That doesn't go with this. And when you use a machine like this, and you bring it up and down, you need to be really super careful, because if you don't brace yourself and it gets up to the place where it's tight, counterclockwise tightens your stabilizing jack. Clockwise looses them. There you go, that's it. And now it's stable. Now, physics will tell you what would be better for a stabilizing jack. If it's all the way extended like this, or if it's like this, which one has more strength? Put your answer in the comments, because I'm pretty sure it's like this. Not like this, because there's no stability in that, okay? So that's why I do it. We've already tested them out. They work great. So hope you guys will enjoy this hack. This cost me $14, and Home Depot cut them for me at 1 foot sections. So there you go, and they're light. You might say, well, plastic is a lot lighter. Well, this is pretty light too, and it's cheap. There you go. I wanted to take this opportunity to remind everyone, and I just came back from a campground and I saw somebody doing it. These stabilizing jacks is what they're called, stabilizing jack. They stabilize their unit. It's not for leveling. A lot of people are using this for leveling, and that will become dangerous, because it'll end up damaging these scissor jacks, and it'll end up either breaking off or it being inoperable, and then you're going to be sleeping sideways. But the other thing I wanted to show you is, as you bring this up, bring it up nice and slow, especially with using this machine, because I have seen it when it gets tight, that this thing will come up and hit you straight up in the jaw and break your arm. You see how this is happening? So do it really nice and slow. Don't do it fast, because when you do it fast, things happen. Slow is pro. Real nice and slow. And that's it. So we're Stan and Rhonda from Over the Hill Adventures.
And as always, it's our hope that we can encourage and inspire those of you who are over the hill, like us, to get active and find your new adventure.
So I really hope that this video helped. So if you like this video and want to see more of our stuff, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and ring that bell so the next time our next video comes up, you're going to be notified. And thanks again.
God bless.
This is Over the Hill Adventures. Until next time. How come you didn't do it? You do it.
No. No. Only once in a while. I have to pick and choose. I have to feel it.